Hey folks, Randy here with Dual Cut and Trim. So I want to address a topic that I covered on my channel a couple of years ago, but I want to talk about it again. And I'll introduce this topic by telling you a story that happened recently. So I got a call or a text from my sister saying, hey, so-and-so, a guy I know, but we don't have numbers. So-and-so would like you to do some work for him. What number should I give him? And I was like, we're not like friends, but I mean, we're close enough that I don't care if he has my cell number or not. So I said, hey, I'll give him my cell. And so 5 minutes later, I get a phone call on my cell. So I was like, well, it's probably that guy. So I answer, and it is. And he's like, he says, hey, I got a customer for you. Now, I don't do the middleman thing. The closest I ever did to the middleman thing was with Amazon. So I told him, I was like, well, okay. And he was like, how much would you charge for? And I kind of cut him off. I was like, look, if there's a customer that wants me to work for them, just give them my number and have them call me. And he was like, oh, well, he's standing right here, and, he's an older guy, and, sob story, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, okay. And he said, he'd like to get some work done. And he told me what the work was, and, we're really looking for, like, a good deal. I really want to get him a good deal. Is that something you could hook him up with? And I said, no. I said, I'd be happy to charge him full price and do a good job, but I'm not gonna hook him up. And he was like, okay. And he said, and I said, well, what's the property? I can give him a price. I probably can give him a price for the work you want done based on, the property. Because there was a couple of things. And so he sent me it, and it was like, oh, it was a townhouse. Which, for those of you guys that don't know, I mean, townhouses typically, I don't even know that they have 1,000 square feet of grass typically. So I get that, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I can do the stuff that you asked for $300. And he's like, okay, that's the best price you got? And I said, yes, it is. And he relayed to the guy, and the guy accepted it. I'm doing the job this week. And that was kind of the end of the interaction. I did finally get the contact information for the actual customer, and I'm doing it. I'm doing it soon. But it just kind of brought up again that whole topic of giving people discounts. And if you've seen that video from a couple of years ago, you know that as of a couple of years ago, and I'll update this statement to now, I do not give discounts to anyone. The only exception to that is for people that prepay for the lawn season, that I want that jump start, and so I don't mind discounting for that. But aside from that, I do not discount my service ever. I will either do a job at full price or I'll do it for completely free. But there's no middle ground. And my reasoning is simple, but I'm going to dive into it. Short version is, if you charge full price, if I charge you full price, you're going to get the full service the same way anybody else that paid that price would get. But if I do it for you for free, then I don't want to hear you complain about it, because I did it for free. Because, the problem is, and I think most people don't realize this, and I think actually a lot of business owners don't realize this, is that whether you've taken the time to figure it out or not, you have a production rate that you are you are shooting for. For me, I'm shooting for $80 to $90 an hour mowing grass. I usually hit about 70 to 73. Part of that is because of the mower I use. Big part of that. And then when I'm doing landscaping, the production rate I'm shooting for is $100 an hour. I'd like it to be 150, but I'm shooting for 100. And so, regardless, even if you don't know what that specific number for you is, you do have something in your head about, oh, this should take this about this long. And when you discount what you're charging someone, you still want to make your production rate. So what's going to happen is you're going to work a little faster, and you're probably going to end up not doing as good a job, because in order to work faster, you're probably going to have to cut corners. I'm not saying that's how it is for everyone, but generally, well, I'm not saying that's how it is for everyone, but for basically everyone, that's how it is. And so, since that's the case, I just don't play that game, because the other thing that I've encountered, maybe you haven't, but when I discount services for people, I tend to get complaints from those people. The lower a price someone pays for a job for me, not necessarily for you, but for me, the lower a price somebody pays, the higher the likelihood that they're going to complain about the job I did. And I'm not interested in dealing with that. Like for me, 95% of the weekly lawns I do are $35 per cut. And at $35 per cut, I want that to be done in about 22 minutes. And, that's what I'm shooting for. And so if I discount that price, then that production rate, then I need to boost my productivity in order to still meet the goals that I'm going to make. And that I can either do that by going faster, which I'm always trying to do anyway, or I can do it by not doing as good of a job in order to meet that rate. And neither one of those options is particularly good. If I'm discounting your service, I'm probably not going to edge your walks every time, or I don't know, whatever it is, or that hill that needs to be trimmed and not mowed is not going to look as nice because I had to kind of rush through it. Like that's what's going to happen. So now maybe it won't happen with you. I'm talking about me. If I discount something, I still have a production rate to meet. And if I can't, and I'm going to meet it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So if I can't meet it, it's just going to end up causing problems. So I don't discount. I will do things for free. I have a couple lawns that I service for free, and I also, just as part of what I do. And then I've also got, I'm a member of Green Care for Troops, and so if there's a soldier in my area that's deployed, I get matched up with that soldier, and I'll take care of their lawn for free. And I'm happy to do that. And let me tell you, the first time I signed up for Green Care for Troops, the very first time, when I went out to their lawn to service it for free, it was 2 feet tall. It was in horrible condition. And, if I was just discounting the price, I'd have been pissed off. Because I was already, giving you a deal, and then I'm going to be here even longer because, you haven't been taking care of your yard. But because I was doing it for free, and I already had that attitude of a servant's heart, for lack of a better term, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind taking care of their overgrown lawn and getting it into shape. I was actually happy to do it. And, so that's, I guess, without going too much more depth, I don't want to beat the dead horse too bad. That's why I always do stuff. Wait a minute, where am I? I just realized I have no idea where I am. All right, we're gonna have to cut this topic here because I just realized I don't know where I'm at. Talk to you later.